Hello students. So in our previous video we started with the concept of flotation, and in that case we have studied till the topic of buoyant force. Buoyant force is a force exerted by the liquids or gases in the upward direction, and it is also known as upthrust, and it is due to the property of buoyancy that we understood in the last video. Now some deep concept that we have to study to understand the floating and sinking of the objects about buoyancy or buoyant force. Okay, so the concept of flotation is to be understood now, actual concept. So I will write down why the objects float or sink, why or when the objects will float or sink, or when or why the objects will float or sink. This is our concern to understand this topic. To understand this topic, we need to understand the buoyant force deeply and the concept behind that. Okay, so I am considering a container. Okay, in this container we are considering a fluid. That is a very common fluid that we can experience in this thing we can experience in our homes also. This thing we can experiment in our homes also. So I am considering only water as a fluid. What is the fluid? It is water in a container, either it is a bucket or a glass of water, anything. Okay, so the fluid is water. Water is considered as fluid over here. So buoyant force is a force acting on the object in the upward direction when we are immersing any object into it. So we are taking an example of a empty plastic bottle. That is the important example that has been taken in your NCERT book also. So I am also taking that example so that it is easy to understand when you are reading the book. Okay, so suppose an empty bottle I am considering, it will definitely float. That is that I can say with my experience and your experiences also. So it is floating. I am making an object like an empty bottle which is floating on the surface of the liquid of water. Okay, so this object is floating, but how does it float? That we are going to understand. When we push or try to push it deep inside the water, deep inside the bucket of water, you can say, then we are leaving it there inside, deep inside. Okay, so what will happen? The object or the bottle will comes up again in the upward direction. That means against the gravitational force there is some force acting on this bottle, empty bottle, which is in the upward direction, which is helping the bottle to move in the upward direction. What is that force? That force is a buoyant force or upthrust, acting perpendicularly in the upward direction. Okay, now what is the weight of that object? Weight and mass, that concept we have studied. So I told you in that concept that weight of any object, if this is object outside water, so weight of any object is shown as downward arrow W, because weight is nothing but the force with which any object is attracted towards the earth, or the force with which any object is pulled towards the earth because of the gravity or gravitational force of earth. Okay, so that is W. So this object is also, this bottle, empty bottle, is also having some weight, whether it is lighter or heavier, it is having some weight. Okay, that weight is in downward direction. So that weight I can show in the downward direction, W. Okay, so this is the weight W in the downward direction, but there is a force in the upward direction because of the property of buoyancy. So there are two forces over here when these two forces are acting on this object. This is buoyant force, BF I will write down in short. So this is buoyant force in the upward direction, and W, that is weight of that object. Okay, so what will happen when we are leaving that object in the in the deep inside the water in that container? The buoyant force is dominating over here and it is pushing the object upward. In the chapter force, we have studied that in whatever force is greater, the object will move in that direction. है ना? So here, if the object is floating, that means buoyant force is dominating and buoyant force is greater than the W, this force, than the weight of the object. So the object will float. So this becomes the condition for floating. This becomes the condition for floating. First condition is if buoyant force is greater than the weight of the object, then the object will float. Okay, this becomes the condition for floating. What is the condition for sinking of any object? Condition for sinking, for any object to sink, when this object will sink, if W is dominating, that means weight of the object is greater than the buoyant force. Okay, then it will happen. So what is the condition? If W is greater than buoyant force, then the object will sink. Okay, so condition for floating is this: if this happens, object floats. If this happens, then object sinks. ठीक है? So this is very important to understand that when the object will float and when the object will sink. Now there is one more concept of floating and sinking. That concept depends upon the density. Okay, density of the object and the density of the liquid or the gas or any fluid. Okay, so here we are considering water, so I will say once again and again water. So it depends on the density of that bottle and it depends upon the density of the water also. Okay, so we can explain the concept of floating and sinking on the basis of density also. Density is nothing but mass per unit volume, that we know already. So if there is a difference between the densities, then also we can consider that the buoyant force, amount of buoyant force acting on that object will be different. Okay, so if the amount of buoyant force is different, then this relation may vary. Okay, so according to the densities, we will say that if the density of the object is more than the density of the water, then the object will sink, and if the density of the object is less than the density of the water, then the object will float. So this can be understood with the help of an example. Again, example of the bottle. Again, we have considered a empty bottle in the beginning in this example. So that empty bottle is floating every time, but if that empty bottle is filled up with the water or any other liquid or any solid, sand or mud or anything, that becomes heavy, so its weight becomes more in that case. So in that case it will sink. Okay, so that same bottle will sink. So why? Because the density has been changed now because of the filling of the water. Earlier in that empty bottle it was air, so the density of air is less as compared to the density of water or any other solid. Then the weight is more also. So if we are considering densities, of the object and the liquid, then what is the condition for floating? In that condition, the concept goes like this. Second case, concept of on the basis of density. The object will float if the density of the object is, if density of the object is less than the density of the fluid or the water over here, it will float. Okay, if the density of the object is more, then it will sink. So second condition based on density is, if density of object is greater than the density of the fluid, then the object will sink. Okay, this can be understood with the help of an example of taking a nail, an iron nail which is sinking, and an example of a cork or a wood piece. Okay, so wood is having a different density than iron. Okay, and if you compare the weight, or if you compare the densities, in both the cases the wood will float. Okay, so on the basis of density, the wood is having lesser density as compared to water. This means that the thrust of the water on that wood is greater than the weight of the that wood. Okay, that wooden piece. But in another case of iron nail, density of the iron nail is more than the density of water, which means that the upthrust of the water on the iron nail is less than the weight of the nail, so it will sink definitely. Therefore, overall we can say that the objects of density less than the density of the liquid will float, like in this case, and objects of density greater than that of the liquid sink in that liquid. Okay, this concept is very very important to understand the concept of Archimedes principle. Okay, so very very carefully you have to study, and please remember this. Okay, it is sometimes confusing also if you don't understand it properly. So we will move on to the concept of Archimedes principle now that you have understood the concept of flotation. So for the concept of Archimedes principle, which was given by the great scientist Archimedes, we have understood the concept of buoyant forces. What does this Archimedes principle say about the buoyant forces and the flotation concept also? It is explaining that we are going to study. So Archimedes principle says that when any body is either fully immersed in a fluid or partially immersed in a fluid. Immersion we have understood in the previous topic, any object which is going inside the liquid or a gas. Okay, so this principle says when any object is immersed fully or partially into a fluid, it experiences an upward force. And what is the amount of that upward force, that is buoyant force, equal to? That amount of buoyant force will be equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by that object. Okay, so we will again consider that container. Okay, in this container I am taking a box, small wooden box, okay, which is immersing fully, or it may be partially immersion, a little bit portion upward than the surface of water and little bit inside. So either it is fully immersed in the only this much, or it will be partially immersed. In both the cases, the upward force is experienced by this object due to the liquid, okay, due to the water or due to any fluid. So that upward force, that means buoyant force, is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced. Okay, weight of the fluid displaced means what? Whenever we are immersing any object in the water, the level of the water goes up. This you have understood, this you have experienced, है ना. So हमेशा क्या होगा, जब भी हम ऑब्जेक्ट को इनसाइड डीप इनसाइड तक लेकर जाएंगे, इमर्ज करेंगे, तो वो जो ऑब्जेक्ट है अपनी वॉल्यूम के अकॉर्डिंगली अपना जो लिक्विड है ये उसको डिस्प्लेस करेगा, बिकॉज इट टेक्स सम स्पेस. ओके, सो how the space is created, it will automatically create the space because liquid because there is a liquid or a gas. So it is when it is creating the space, the solid box is creating the space for itself, then it will displace some liquid or displace some water or displace some fluid over here. So whatever amount of fluid is displaced, suppose 10 ml, 20 ml, whatever it is displaced, that displaced amount of water or a fluid is having some weight. Okay, and that weight, if we calculate, that weight will be equal to the buoyant force acting on that object. This concept was given by Archimedes, and by doing many experiments he gave the concept, and that concept I am just writing it down for you. So the principle says, when a body or any object or an object is immersed fully or partially, you understood, I think, है ना, partially in a fluid, it experiences an upward force, that is buoyant force, that is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by that body or object. Okay, so this is the principle, Archimedes principle. So according to Archimedes principle, buoyant force is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced. In short, we can write down buoyant force acting on that object, on any object which is immersed, is equal to the weight of fluid displaced. In short, we can write down like this, and we can remember this in this manner. Remember the principle in this manner. Okay, this is very, very important principle. Definitely one question, 100% this question will come based on this Archimedes principle. Okay, so one thing more that we have to understand deeply related to Archimedes principle, that what will happen to any object when we are immersing it partially or fully into any liquid, fluid or a water. Okay, what will happen to the weight of that object? What will happen to the weight? The weight becomes apparent weight, the object becomes lighter. So the concept that we are going to understand is, objects becomes lighter when immersed in fluids. This is the concept. This is very, very important concept. So we have discussed immersion of the objects. Suppose this is an object immersed. If I weigh this object by holding it with some thread and then having a hook attached with a spring balance or weighing machine over here, if I weigh when it is free from this fluid or air, okay, so this is weighing machine or spring balance, okay. This weighing machine can measure the weight. I'm talking about weight, not mass, remember. So weighing machine will give me the weight in Newton, and the same weighing machine will give me the weight in Newton over here. So what is the difference? The difference is there. The difference will be the loss in the weight. It becomes lighter when I take the reading inside the water or inside any fluid and any liquid, okay. Why? Because there is a application of buoyant force when it is immersed, okay. So there is an application of buoyant force. So the object is having a weight in the downward direction, you all know, and this object is has been applied some weight in some buoyant force in the upward direction, okay. So overall force or overall weight, net weight of this object is what? The net weight will be W. Net weight or the total weight of the object will be will come out to be by subtracting the buoyant force, because it is acting in the upward direction. So actual W, the net weight of this object will be W minus the buoyant force, which is in the opposite direction, okay. So the weight of the object when it is immersed, when the buoyant force is acting, will be less than the actual weight. Actual weight में से कुछ subtract हो जाएगा, कुछ amount. कितना अमाउंट? जितना बायंट फोर्स एक्ट कर रहा है उस ऑब्जेक्ट पर, और कितना बायंट फोर्स एक्ट कर रहा है वो डिपेंड करता है उस ऑब्जेक्ट पर, वो ऑब्जेक्ट कितना फ्लूइड डिस्प्लेस कर रही है अकॉर्डिंग टू आर्किमिडीज प्रिंसिपल. हमने यही समझा है अभी कि कितना फ्लूइड डिस्प्लेस कर रही है वो ऑब्जेक्ट, और उस फ्लूइड का वेट कितना है उसके अकॉर्डिंग बायंट फोर्स की वैल्यू होगी, और उस वैल्यू के अकॉर्डिंग ही हमारा वेट लेस शो होगा, उतना ही वेट लेस शो होगा, ठीक है. सो दिस वेट विच इज़ लेस वेट देन द एक्चुअल वेट is which is less than the actual weight is known as apparent weight. Apparent weight of the object. Apparent weight means which appears to be that, but in actual conditions that this is not the weight, okay. Actually weight is this, but it appears to be this, ठीक है. जब हम मेजर करते हैं हमें दिखाई वो देता है, अपीयर वो होता है उतना वेट कि लेस है, और बट एक्चुअल में उतना वेट नहीं होता, ठीक है. सो दिस इज़ हैपनिंग in every case. In the case of air also, when we are weighing the weighing machine, air is everywhere actually, so we consider it very not very often. So air is in air when we are measuring the weight of that that object, then also that buoyant force is acting. Buoyant force acts, all the fluids exerts buoyant force, so the buoyant force is acting over here also, but its value is very very less, so that doesn't make sense, we neglect that. But when we consider the liquids, the buoyant force is having a particular value, okay. So in that case we are having quite less weight when we are measuring with inside the liquid. That weight is known as apparent weight, okay. So the actual weight will always be apparent weight plus buoyant force acting on that object, okay. Actual weight this I can say actual weight is always apparent weight plus buoyant force, and apparent weight is always less than apparent weight is always actual weight minus buoyant force. These things we need to remember. This is very, very important to understand. Okay, I hope you understood this concept of Archimedes principle very well, and it is very, very important. There are some applications given in for Archimedes principle. It is used to design ships and submarines, and it is used in lactometers, which are used to determine the purity of sample of milk, and hydrometers also, which determines the density of the liquids. So based on this, all these things are based on the Archimedes principle, and there is a little story also given about the Archimedes principle on page number 142 in your NCERT book, that also you can study. There is one important question based on this Archimedes principle that in your exercises, that why does how a ship can float made up of iron, and how instead an iron nail is sinking. So that can also be explained on the basis of Archimedes principle and the concept of the flotation and sinking that we have discussed in this video. Okay, so I hope you understood all these concepts very well. Thank you very much.